Chimera's parents would be proud of how she has stepped forward in these dark times. Moons, I am proud of her. While Chimera gathers her thoughts, the rest of us have work to do. Tell me, what happened in the palace? You bring news both welcome and grim. But we can neither celebrate a victory nor mourn the good captain until later, I fear. We need to determine why the dragons are willing to associate with wielders of dark magic. Could they be interested in the moon gate of Anequina? It lies in that direction. I wonder if this pertains to Euraxia's final order. A soldier mentioned it after we captured her, but she refused to elaborate. Maybe you can help Tharn find out more. Even now, Abnor Tharn searches through the documents in the royal study, seeking information concerning this final order. Despite his show of indifference, Euraxia was his half-sister. Her death is bound to affect him. I suggest that you tread warily. Worried? No. That would imply I had any feelings toward the man whatsoever. I'd say I'm more concerned that his nonchalant attitude toward his sister's death might be hiding his true emotions. I trust that he's here to help, but he's still a Tharn.
When you look at the world as lines on a map, it all seems so small and insignificant. I was trying to determine the meaning of this document, but so far the secret eludes me. I found a letter, but it's not complete. Looks like a scribe's dictation. I've been searching for more, but I haven't made much progress through the royal stacks. With your help, perhaps the search will go more quickly. It alludes to an order Euraxia was preparing to deliver shortly before our assault on the palace. It mentions a Captain S, the Cygnus Irregulars, and a favor for the dragons, but gives no indication as to who they are or what the favor might be. We did what had to be done. Think no more about it. If you hadn't ended Euraxia, I certainly would have. Now, look around and see if you can find anything pertaining to this unfinished letter. I'm sure it refers to Euraxia's final order. This study contains documents from when the Khajiit ruled Rimmon, as well as papers that cover the span of Euraxia's rule. So many, many papers. She was a prolific writer, I'll give her that. At least she didn't destroy her files before she died. Captain Saulinia, that must be Captain S. And the Cygnus Irregulars are Imperial troops under the command of Prefect Kalo at Sandswirl Manor. Old Khajiiti legends and rumors of a last Dragonguard. Intriguing. Control dragons? What folly. But what was that about killing the last Dragonguard? I think you found everything I need to fill in the blanks. Let's talk. The documents you uncovered allow me to make sense of this unfinished dictation. I believe I now know the contents of Euraxia's final order. Euraxia ordered Captain Saulinia to assassinate a Dragonguard in an effort to appease the dragons. Saulinia plans to commandeer as many additional soldiers as necessary from Prefect Kalo at Sandswirl Manor and retrieve a report. Neither do I, at least not fully. The Dragonguard were the sworn protectors of the Imperial Emperor. At least they were until they fell out of favor. Euraxia has ordered her assassins to murder what she claims to be the last Dragonguard. Don't ask me. The Dragonguard I knew failed to protect the potentates and were disbanded in disgrace. They claimed to have descended from legendary Akaviri dragon hunters. But that's all it was. A legend. We need to get to Sandswirl Manor. We can't take any chances. Euraxia's final order directs her assassins to murder the last Dragonguard. If the dragons consider this threat real, we need it on our side. Meet me west of the city, on the outskirts of Elsweyr Manor. Kalo is mentioned in Garesh Rhee's intelligence reports. He commands a garrison of troops in an estate seized when they conquered the region. As for Saulinia, I've never heard of her. But an assassination squad, they're never a good thing.
Hey!
Prefect Kalo commands a full complement of soldiers, mostly seasoned Imperials and not the Nibonese mercenaries that make up Euraxia's main forces. It's probable that Saulinia and her assassination squad is here as well, so I advise caution. I prefer to avoid unnecessary bloodshed, of course, but these are enemy forces. We must do what we must to complete our mission. I'll work my way down from the upper levels of the house. You find your own entrance and we'll meet somewhere inside. Try not to alert the entire garrison to our presence, and keep an eye out for Captain Saulinia or anything related to Euraxia's final order. We need to determine where the assassination squad plans to strike if we're going to save the Dragonguard. How good of you to join me. Let's talk. We need to speak quickly. I doubt I'll remain undiscovered for very long. This projection, a simple spell. Nothing to it, really. But that's not what I want to discuss. I'm hiding in an empty servant's quarters at the moment. I discovered that Prefect Kalo is no longer in charge here. In fact, he's been arrested. That's the thing. Prefect Kalo isn't really one of the Euraxians. His cohort of Imperials accompanied my half-sister into Rimmen, but he's been a vocal opponent of her coup and subsequent claim of rulership. Apparently, he refused another order. Kalo's probably being held on one of the lower levels. See if you can find him. He should be able to tell us more about the Dragonguard and Saulinia's orders. Wait a moment. I'm about to have company. I'll find my way to you as soon as I can.
Interesting. You're not one of Euraxia's mercenaries. I'm Prefect Kalo, commander of the Cygnus Irregulars. And you're that outsider working with the Khajiit militia. I expected you hours ago. Well, let's not dawdle. You have an assassination squad to stop, I assume, so if you'd open my cell? It's elementary. I pay attention to every significant event that occurs in the region. Comes with my job description. I have agents, spies, and informers from Riverhold to Rimmen. The dossier on you could choke a Wamasu. Now, about this door? I'm an Imperial without an Emperor. My cohort was assigned to accompany Euraxia on a fact-finding mission. She turned it into a conquest. I tried to temper her more violent tendencies, but her mercenaries outnumber my legionaries by a wide margin. I refused a direct order. Wouldn't give Saulinia my soldiers or my file on the last Dragonguard. So, here I am. How about this? You can find a copy of the report in my office. If the information it contains helps you, then come back and set me free. I'm a reasonable man. I have no great love for this land, but neither do I want to see it destroyed. Dragons were the last straw. In other words, this is me making a stand. You can find a copy of the Dragonguard report in my office upstairs. Conquer Rimmen? Euraxia was sent on Imperial business to a province that owed us fealty. There was no reason to conquer a place we historically controlled. No, she decided to make her own play for power while Emperor Varen was otherwise engaged. It was complicated. Look, our quick visit turned into an invasion. Euraxia contracted an army of Nibonese mercenaries to back her up. And then the Emperor disappeared and his empire collapsed. We were stuck here without orders or assistance. I see you found the report. Now we can continue our conversation without being separated by those inconvenient bars.
Ah, there you are. And I see you've captured Prefect Kalo. I presume he surrendered without a fight?
Don't look so shocked. My irregulars are very good at what they do. It was simple enough for them to sneak in and set me free. Now, what did you learn from the report? Anything that will help us stop Captain Saulinia and her assassination squad? As I said, we were never willing participants in Euraxia's conquest of northern Elsweyr. My irregulars did as little as possible to advance her agenda, and we worked to sabotage it as often as not. Besides, have you forgotten about the dragons? The dragons won't stop after they kill or subjugate the Khajiit. We're in as much danger as everyone else. If Lord Garesh-Ri pardons my soldiers, we'll help fight the dragons. But we're going to need the Dragonguard. Do you know where he is? Grand Chancellor, I propose that you get Garesh-Ri to pardon the Cygnus Irregulars so we can form an alliance.
An alliance? Interesting. Comrades would be helpful in the battles to come. I'll return to Rimmen, plead Kalo's case, and send someone to help you. Meanwhile, I suggest you start your search for the shrine at the Stitches.
Tarn sent Samarak to assist you against the Euraxian officers Saulinia and her assassins. The locals say that a group matching their description passed through here a short time ago. Tarn explained that we seek a hidden Akaviri shrine. Saulinia, the assassin who murdered King Hemakar and Queen Numara. Samarak heard that name often on the day of Euraxia's coup. Perhaps this one can finally get justice for the royal family. No, Samarak was guarding Kamira that day. We were far from the palace. Anyway, this one learned that the local crime lord provided Saulinia with guides who know the scar well. We must hurry if we hope to catch them. The Scar can be a treacherous place, Five Claw, even without the addition of a Nibonese assassination squad. We need to hurry, but we should also proceed with caution. The Scar was carved across the face of an Equina in the ancient past. Some say Kunzari is responsible, others that Alkosh himself marked the land with his claws. Things live in the deepest cracks and crevices that we would do well to avoid. Truthfully, Zamorak almost refused when Tharn gave the order. This one has only just reclaimed the mantle of King's Claw and was reluctant to leave Queen Kamira's side. But you needed help, and Zamorak was best suited to aid you in this endeavor. Yes, but Zamorak isn't sure if anything good will come of their meeting. When this one departed, Queen Kamira and Lord Gareshri were engaged in a heated discussion with Tharn over the risks and benefits of trusting an Imperial. That door. Not even all of Zamorak's strength and training can budge a magical barrier. Maybe the pedestal. The pedestal maintains the magical barrier, but Zamorak does not know how.
Find the Dragonguard, or his blood won't be the only thing that stains my blade this day.
The assassins. They stalk the southern passages. We must hurry. There may be another way past this door, deeper in the complex. Whatever has been hiding behind that door for all these years can wait a little longer. We need to deal with the assassins. They are the most pressing threat. That shout we heard. Saulinia and her killers must be close. Traps. They stopped some of the assassins, but not all of them. We must be wary.
Can't hide from us forever, Dragonguard.
You couldn't find an Alfican alabaster, you Roxian dolt?
That was the Dragonguard. We're running out of time.
Once I select a target, it always dies.
I trained to fight dragons. This isn't going to end the way you expect. Steady the blade!
You and your order die. Oh, good. More blood.
die near that assassin.
Maybe now the royal family can rest in peace. Thank you, Five Claw. With Saulinia dead, maybe the royal family can finally rest in peace. The Dragonguard ran through that door, but he was wounded. We should help him. Zamorak. There was a heaviness on Zamorak's soul. Now it disperses like sand in the wind. Still, this one promised to find a new path. But these events just returned him to the same one he walked before. Yes, but Zamorak believed his previous life of violence caused those deaths. His studies and meditations told him this was so. Now, with Saulinia's death, Zamorak feels lighter. It feels good, but it also feels like a betrayal of the desert wind. You are right, Five Claw. Violence is never the best way to solve a problem. It only leads to grief. As the adepts say, when an enemy strikes you on the right, also offer him your left. But these musings are missed. Let us check on the Dragonguard.
Oh, damn assassin. She knew her stuff. I saw her fall, though. Thanks for that. After all these years, why do I suddenly have so much company? I know about the dragons. I sent word to the other sanctuaries. The last, I didn't think so, but no one else has responded. Maybe... No. I know at least one other is still out there. He'll come. He has to. Take my ring. It will open the sanctuary. Find the dragon horn. You have to. Have to.
May Kenarthi guide you to the sands behind the stars. Below. That looks like Prefect Kalo. What is he doing here?
Ah, there you are. We came as soon as we could. Were you able to stop Captain Saulinia and her assassins? Both dead? Saulinia deserved it. A shame about the Dragonguard, though. And yes, it took some convincing and Tharn's most diplomatic negotiation tactics, but Queen Chimera has accepted our help. Provisionally. The Cygnus Irregulars are on probation. For now. Once Queen Chimera sees us in action, I'm sure she'll come around. Until then, I wanted to make sure you are all right. Beating Saulinia is no small feat. I'm sorry we lost the Dragonguard, though. A Dragonhorn? Like the one at Star Haven Adeptorium? Huh. Well, if you think this old relic can help, lead the way.
The barrier has fallen. Let us see what awaits within.
Are these the remains of the Dragonguard? Books and scrolls. I knew it. Knowledge is power, my friend. You'll see.
Such a small thing when compared to the dragons. Still, we should take it to Rimmon, yes?
I want to take another look at these books. We'll meet you back in Ribbon.
Zamarak will linger as well. Make sure the Imperials find their way back.
It's happening again. I see a dragon.
Cadwell? Cadwell? What was that about a dragon? Ah, there you are. See to Cadwell, if you would. Then join us in the throne room for the War Council.
Hello? Is someone there? I appear to be back in my head. Well, my other head. The other head. This is so confusing. Wait. Things are becoming clearer now. Yes, well, there you are. Oh, so good to see you again, my friend. I saw that nasty orc necromancer, Zumog Foom. He really is a despicable fellow. And there was a dragon, a huge, powerful, eyes as big as a house dragon. They called it Carl Grunteed, means champion of the bound time. How do I know these things? Well, yes, I did. Seems the ears are as connected as the eyes. They talked about the moons, something about an eclipse and the perfect time to use the gate. I remember something about that from when I was the betrayer, but the details are hazy. My memory returns in dribs and drabs, but I'm not sure that's a good thing. If I remember anything helpful, though, I'll let you know. Where are my manners? They're waiting for you. Queen Chimera has called another war council in the throne room. Not a clue, but I know one way to find out. Head inside and see what the Cat Queen has to say.
The archives were extremely helpful once I found the appropriate documents.
Our moon singers and moon priests have always paid particular attention to detail. What did you learn?
Tharn found documents regarding an ancient agreement with the Dragonguard. They apparently provided a weapon to use against the dragons.
This relates to the legends of Kunsari and Queen Anequina, yes?
Pardon the interruption, Queen Chimera, but that sounds like the Dragonhorn we found. That Dragonguard didn't survive, but he gave us the Anequina Dragonhorn.
So this alliance I reluctantly agreed to has borne fruit.
The Cygnus Irregulars assisted, but your agent did the important work.
A weapon from the Dragonguard. Interesting. Come, Five Claw. I want to hear your report. Agreeing to an alliance with Imperials. At least it appears this Prefect Kalo assisted you. Tell me what happened out there, Five Claw. I want to hear it from you. So that is the Dragonhorn. It is much smaller than I thought it would be, and it looks fragile. Sound it once and it will probably crumble to dust. What are we supposed to do with such a thing? As always, you have my thanks, Five Claw.